Guten Tag, everybody. Are we ready to paint or what? First, we're going to build, though, I suppose.
We are going to build, Mikey. Hi, everybody. We got that early morning light. Also, we have floor lights, which is why I'm blown out on this side, but, you know.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Minis with the Murphs, man.
Minis with the Murphs.
The Murph Minis.
I want to check something.
Checking up on things.
So I'm just going to change the title real quick.
Next, we're going to change the title. Leave the sunshine. Let the sunshine in the sunshine. Okay. Sliver says, did I schedule my Slay the copyright strike? Yeah, actually nailed it. They're like, I think it's the original Broadway casting of that. We got to strike that. Did you schedule the Slay the Spire stream yet? No, but because we were actually talking yesterday about we need to confirm again which of those external capture cards were good. I think maybe you were saying Elgato was good.
Oh yeah, we need to do that.
But so that we can do things like that. So
yeah, we need we actually need to
Slivers noted that Calvin on Twitter and stuff is like an expert Slay the Spire. I am
huge fan.
The Elgato HD. Cool. I think I'm pretty good. I don't know. I mean, like I have like cards I like and stuff, but I mean, I'm sure people can get way next level.
Paula, come to Dice Tower West and we can talk.
Paula! Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because you do exactly that. Yeah. Paula.
Nope. Unless she comes to Dice Tower West.
I'll call you. Nick will scream and try to interrupt the call. Sliver says he played with a pro top player for charity. It was an excellent stream.
Cool. I like Calvin a lot. Calvin's super cool.
Yeah. So I'm definitely not that good. I just did a run, like a custom run that was like ridiculous. And I wish I had set it to endless because I'm curious how far I could have gone because it was just stupid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I drafted good cards and I just had all the strength.
Just
I would just like kill dudes in like 2 rounds max. Like elites, didn't matter. Whatever it was, I was just like, poof, and you're dead.
That's awesome.
Calvin plus the Brothers Murph equals amazing stream. Yeah, me too. I'm going to hit up Calvin and be like, yo,
I like Calvin.
You down? I don't know. Show us the way or...
Show you the way. I haven't played yet. I'm going to play after he's done, so...
Whatever the heck, yeah.
Actually, I'll pass it off to you this week. Of the game.
But yeah, I'll pass it off to you this week.
That's nice with the Switch. It's like, I'm done playing this game. Here you go, Mike. And Mike's like, here you go. Like, Mike's like, you have Breath of the Wild, right? He's like, I want to play. I'm like, all right, here. It's just like...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nick's like, I don't want to play Breath of the Wild. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, fine. It works out.
Yeah, exactly. It works out. Paula, who's getting married this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Are people getting married? Everyone's getting married right now. It's getting in the way of people seeing people. I haven't seen all my friends. Everyone's getting married.
It's bull game to me. It's bull game.
One is never done with Slay the Spire.
That's what I hear.
Oh, yeah. I'm not done, but I am willing to part ways with it briefly, knowing that he'll be visiting because it's so fun, man.
Well, yeah. I think you're really going to like Breath of the Wild, so like I think you're going to get mega hooked on it.
I need to finish Luigi's Mansion first.
Yes,
though.
you do.
I gotta like
because that's the one I really love. I really love playing Luigi's Mansion. So you got some stuff. Yeah. I'm back on my Civ 6 grind.
Yeah,
I'm just back on it. I'm
having my Switch to see like you have one friend online on that Civ 6.
Yeah, I really like one. I really love Civ 6. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite games. I really love it. But I'm actually having a good game for once. Like I've just been having, man. I guess I've just been playing crappy or something. But man,
there's a lot to that game, man.
Yeah, like, I finally am having a good day. At this point, I am by far in the lead on both a culture victory and a science victory. And no one else is even close to anything else. So, I want to go for it. Don't break my pin tool.
I want to see how it works. There's a tiny little drill here.
Breath of the Wild is meh, but I'm in the minority. I'm in that same minority, Slivers. I know you and me have talked about this before. Like neither of us are huge Zelda fans. But I think Michael
I've never played a Zelda game. So yeah. I'm excited to try. It looks beautiful.
It's better than Hente's. It's prettier than Hente's. I like Breath of the Wild. I just don't like it that much. And the funny thing is, I was watching. There's a streamer that I really like, and he was playing Breath of the Wild, and so I had him on while I was drawing the other day, and he was playing it, and I was kind of like, maybe I should get back into it, because I was like, I want to like it, and I just need to. No, I don't like it.
At the right time. I don't know.
I hate the cooking, and I hate that your freaking weapons always break, and you constantly have to go find new ones all the time. It drives me crazy.
Really selling the game.
Oh, better than your Hente's play? Oh, success in Civ, yes. It went better than my Civ game of Hente's. Hente's was not
Did
great.
you not do good?
No, I did horrible. I got like
Oh.
the lowest tiered scoring you can get is like Settler. It's like 70 points. I got like 72 points. It was I did not like it solo at all. I didn't get a catapult though.
Paula says, my friend Summer, who's on my musical improv team.
Cool. Thanks for the invite.
I'm definitely trying to get everyone I know to like blow off their things, and no one is saying yes.
Yes, I know. A bunch of our
Paula's
friends
makes
are not
sense. Crook has no excuse.
He does, doesn't he?
He has to work. I might
He has
text
to
him.
work. I love that song.
I might text him and be like, "Ain't no one saying you can't drive out after work tomorrow." Just saying. I would pay for
pressuring him.
half your flight if there's a really cheap flight.
If there's a very, very cheap flight. Which, to be fair, there probably is. Okay, Mikey, shall we get started? Because we got some building to do. So today's going to be a bit different. So we're done with Roman Bones, at least for now. We may eventually come back to it, but we've painted it enough.
I burned the game. I threw it out that window.
And we were like, we want to give people something new to watch. And so we're going to be painting some of these guys.
What the heck are
Khorne
these?
demons.
Khorne demons. They're not wearing any corn.
They are not wearing any corn.
The back of their little fur belt kind of looks like it could be corn.
It does.
I'm going to make it corn.
So these are the Khorne Daemons.
Focus up here.
Oh, what's up, Emma? Yeah. So one thing you can tell right away, Mikey, these are significantly larger than our Roman Bones minis.
Are they?
Yes. Yeah, I'll grab Roman Bones real quick.
I mean, I guess so.
They're significantly larger, yes. Games Workshop minis are big.
But they're still so mini.
Right.
Let the Murphs on. What is happening, Nick?
So
the earth behind you is... Oh. Yeah, I guess so. They're beefier for sure.
Well, yeah.
See, this one's like you think like, no, it's not big because it has this tall sword, but really like bodily, like this guy's just stout.
Yeah, they're
and
much
they are
bigger.
shorter. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, which is cool.
Is there a standard size? I always see like 28 millimeter.
That's the size, but yes and no.
Okay.
And so these are guys we're going to be building. So we're actually going to be doing a bit of building. We have some sprues. These are called sprues. If you don't know. Sprues. S-P-R-U-S.
Like this, the holder
is called a sprue. Yeah.
Why does it have a name at all?
It doesn't need a name. What else would you call it? It's going to have a name.
It's like, the bunch of chunk of plastic that your dog will probably.
I mean, that is also fair. But
these
are called
sprue.
S-P-R-U.
Wow.
Sprue. It's called a sprue.
That is fascinating.
And that will turn into this guy. So Mike's never done any building. So basically,
a single thing.
We also have this little book right here, which will tell us exactly what we can build. So right now we're building these guys with the Khorne. So I've already done all of these. And you recognize this is a guy that I've been painting for a minute.
That's a dragon dude.
Yeah, that's the dragon dog. And so these are all the Stormcast Eternals. So we have the rest of these. David is using these for a D&D campaign, but these are just sitting around. So there were actually maybe a couple pieces missing on that because I've cannibalized these a bit to put on the bases of these ones. Like, you remember this dude's got a buried in it. That's one of these dudes.
Oh, cool. Right on.
So
this guy looks fierce.
So, Eliani, what's up?
Yo!
And so we're going to be doing this. So these have in here instructions on how to put stuff together. So like that, put that guy.
This is like super Legos.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's not like Lego, it's like models.
So the good thing about these is these are going to be, one, they're easier to put together than the other guys, which is nice. And then...
because there's only a couple parts.
These guys, all of these are only like 2 parts. So basically, there are 10 different kinds of these guys. They're like these, and then these, and then these, and then these. And so basically, we're going to pick a couple, and we're going to build them. And so, I've already built some. All of these that I built, these ones right here, I built off of this sprue, so I have less stuff. But these sprues are identical.
Okay.
Because each of these guys that you can build, like this guy right here, there's 2 of these guys. There's 2 of these guys. There's 2 of these guys. So one of them is on this sprue, one of them is on that sprue. So I've already built 4 guys. So you're going to have 4 or 5 more dudes on there than me again. Because I'm not sure. The people that I've cannibalized, there may be a couple helmets missing, which means those people, we're going to have to kind of play it by ear. Because again, I wasn't really planning on building and painting these
we don't
originally.
Need to build them all. This is just for fun.
Yeah, we'll probably build like 3 or 4.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Can I just like Frankenstein things? These are like limited because they're mostly built, but like if it was just like all piecemeal, could you just put whatever arm on whatever person?
Yes. Now, the issue with doing something like that is you have to make it look natural, which is not always the easiest thing. So that's called kit bashing.
Kit bash.
Kit bashing, yes. Or conversions. So you're doing conversions. So a kit bash is where you take a bunch of different kits, a bunch of different sprues, and you bash them together into one thing. And there are some people who are crazy good at kit bashing.
Really?
They'll have like orcs with like cyborg arms from a different thing. And they're like, some people that's like literally all they do. There's a bunch of Instagram channels that like I'll watch and follow.
That's their favorite.
And they never paint. Oh. They just make cool kit bashes. And that's like all they do. And sometimes they'll paint, but it's almost all they do. And it's really, really cool. There's a guy named Orc Boy. ORKBO, I think it's just BOY. Orc Boy, a lot of kit bashing, a lot of people do it with orcs because they're a little bit easier to kit bash. And he just does sweet orc conversions.
That's cool.
And they're awesome.
I did not know there's so much terminology.
Yes, there is. There's a lot. There's terminology for everything.
Catching up on the old chat there, Silver's asking about the capture card. So Paul has the HD60, Elgato HD60. Yes.
Very good things.
Sliver says, do you like have issues? The setup was a little complicated, but once it was ready to go, I found that it works really well. That's pretty much what I've heard from most people, except for those who have had capture cards prior and knew the setup nuances. Yeah. That'd be... Yeah. I'm sure there's some stuff to get it all dialed in and figured out, but then once we do it, the main thing that we would want with a capture card is... And I think this was the flexibility.
Yeah.
Because we probably will play a lot of stuff on Switch. Yeah. I might play some stuff on Xbox. And then those, if we're going to play like old school games as well. So I'd want to be able to hopefully be able to switch from thing to thing once it's all set up with the computer side of stuff.
Yeah, but I also want it where it's like I can take it home and like hopefully stream on my computer too, so that if I want to stream video games, I don't have to like come all the way out here to do it.
Yeah.
So so Mikey, ultimately your question is, yes, with these it would be much more difficult because these are mostly built.
Could I put the arm a different way?
Not on these.
Okay.
Again, the problem. See with like the Stormcast Eternal, some of that. Yes, you can do more. These here's the thing. This is a starter set. These are meant to be very like you take one piece, take another piece, done. Cool. With a lot of other things, the arm might come in 4 different pieces. And with that, then you can start like a lot of the Stormcast Eternals ones, the bigger ones that were in smaller boxes that weren't part of this big kit here. They had it where you can have the arms down, you can make them to a degree, but then you can also do stuff like all these Stormcast Eternal guys, they all have big Warhammers. That's like these guys, they have Warhammers, hence Warhammer. But David didn't want them to all be exactly the same.
Okay.
David didn't want them all the same. So David went and bought on eBay a bunch of arms that have like swords. Some of them have axes. So what I did is I just chopped off some of their arms, gave them an axe or something, or like some 2 swords instead, and then I had to glue them on and then use something called green stuff, which is
it's like a putty.
It's like a putty, yeah. And then essentially I would fill in the gaps and then sculpt it to make it look like it was one thing. And for the most part,
so you're a kit basher, man.
A bit. It's kit bashing well is difficult, very difficult.
Apparently you can do it,
but it's very
face painting
fun.
with those bros.
What's up,
dude?
Cone, dude.
We should face paint.
It's also portable, so you can take it on the road easy. Yes. Exactly. That's kind of the point.
Super down.
So, yes.
Okay.
Ultimately. Cool. So basically, how it's going to go, Mikey? Let's go ahead. Let me see. Which one is this one? Because I want to build the same one right now if we can. So which one has?
You want to do this guy or this person?
No, let's do. I have less than you, so I'm trying to figure out which ones I can do.
You can also just do 2 from my sprue. 2 from my sprue.
2 from my sprue.
Gonna do my sprue.
Okay, I might have note with. All right, we're gonna do this guy, Mikey. We're gonna do this guy right here. Bam. This guy right here, because I know I have this guy.
Say again. Which one?
This guy right here. Although, cool. It's yours.
Emma says, I wanted to say that I started painting my Hero Forge Mini. Finally. Rip. How's it been going? Is it so far so good? Just playing around? Do you have a specific thing you're trying to capture and create with your paint job? Is it
just for fun? I love Hero Forge. Hero Forge is so cool.
That's the one where you can design it yourself, right? And then they print it for you, or
move your thing back just a teeny bit because it's cool today. But yeah, it's the one where you can design your own.
Yeah, that's cool.
We designed one. Paula designed her own for our D&D campaign that I painted. Matthew did his, and then I have designed mine.
This was amazing.
Yeah, Matthew's is great. I designed mine. I haven't had a chance to paint it though.
Why?
Or print it.
Because painting is for nerds.
That's right. Painting is for nerds.
Nerds.
So, Mikey, we're going to do this one right here. So, on here, it'll tell you what pieces you need. So, each sprue in the corner down here, on this part right here, will have a letter.
Oh,
I you can see, but it says D right here. It's a big D.
Big D.
Big D. So, this is sprue D. There's two sprues.
Sprue D.
So, it's going to be D, 14, and 13. So, you're going to have to look on the sprue, and you'll see there's little bitty... It's probably little bitty numbers, exactly. So you have to find where the two pieces are. They're actually right next to each other there.
Where? Oh, yeah.
And that one's 13. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to take these little clippers.
I'm just going to rip them out with my hands.
Nah, so these clippers have a very flat edge, Mikey, and that's so you can cut very, very close to the sprue. So they have a bunch of these little connections. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to take it like this, and you're going to go snip. Just make sure you're looking at what you're doing, because there's sometimes you think it's part of the little thing holding it in, and it's actually part of, like, especially like if it holds on to like the bottom of a weapon, like right here. Sometimes I'll accidentally clip like up here and clip off the bottom of the weapon, which is not a huge deal. And then we're left.
Should I err on cutting on the sprue side of things?
Yes, you do want to err. Because that is what these files are for. We are going to be cleaning up stuff before we paint them, before we glue them.
I know nothing about any of these things. This is fascinating.
I am going through, cutting this bad boy out.
Cutting this bad boy out. Cutting this bad boy out. Cutting this bad boy out. Cutting this bad boy out. I think I'm ready for musical improv myself. I'm pretty good.
Mike's pretty darn good.
No.
All right, so now we have these. Go ahead and, so I don't know, I gave you that. Go ahead and cut yours out, and then these are going to fit together. Bam. Just very easily like that. And then we're going to glue them like that. And then they're going to be done. These guys, again, are very, very easy.
So this is just like a beefy hold, right? I mean, like, that's not...
Yes.
Yeah, so we good.
And again, always err on the side of caution, because you can always file something away, but if you cut something off, then you're kind of just screwed.
His head has come away.
All right. And this guy is just like... Ah! And they're a bit dark. They haven't been primed yet, of course. Some people also will prime stuff on the sprue. Like prime the whole sprue and then do it. I don't like that, because for whatever reason, at least in my experience, and some people don't seem to have an issue with this, but for me, it's like whenever... I always have to scrape off the primer, because when you're trying to glue two pieces together, if they have primer on them, they tend not to stick very well. But even then, if I scrape it off, I still feel like I don't get as good of a stick as I usually do. So I almost always prime them after the fact.
That does make sense, but I totally get people like saying just prime them.
Yeah, it's easier. It's just way easier. It honestly is. What's everyone doing? How's everyone going? Is everyone at work? What y'all doing? Talk to us.
Give us a shout, babe.
All right.
So now can I go in with these and get closer now that I know like this is a foot?
Well, there's a rock connected to that foot.
No, which one? Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna know that. Cool. That's off the side, right?
Yep.
But beneath it.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
Ow. Oh man, sorry to hit you.
So now what I'll do. So that's then why we also have a little very, very sharp X-Acto blade. So what I'll do, Mikey, with these. Mm-hmm. Is like these different things. I'll just take this and start cleaning this up, using this X-Acto blade to cut off those little nubs.
I call mine X-Acto bay.
Sure.
Sick.
X-Acto bay, and I'll go in through and cut all these little nubs, and it tends to work a little bit easier than using the clippers to clip stuff.
That makes sense.
And then then we do this.
Oh gosh.
What's wrong?
Just dropped my dude. Dropped his face. Not on his face. It dropped just.
It dropped his whole face.
His whole face got dropped. Look at you.
So these guys are pretty darn easy to clean up.
Yeah. I don't know. What guys for you?
Use that. And so then what I'll do is I'll grab files. So I have a whole bunch of different files here. They have different like roughness, and they have a bunch of different shapes. This one's like square. We have ones that are like round, and that way you can get into all stuff. And they have different roughness. I always just feel them with my hand to figure out, because you don't want one to be super rough, because I don't have any. I need to get some like really fine grit sandpaper.
Yes, if you score them up.
Yeah, which is like not a huge deal. Like you can usually get it well enough where you can't really notice it once it's painted, but you sometimes can, and it bugs me. But I just need to get some sandpaper. I haven't had a chance to.
Well, yeah, you're not proper nerd until you do, dude.
Indeed.
I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. I feel pretty smooth to me. A little.
That's weird. Em, I'm sorry if you can hear us. I'm having the stream disconnect every time I post something in chat, so I have no clue what's happening. That's very weird.
We don't. Chat doesn't like the Dutch.
No, that is accurate.
It's a racist chat bot. Boom. That doesn't look like what's done.
Boom.
Tight.
That's like, so I'm just going through some files and just cleaning some stuff up. And that's pretty much it, man. Like, now all these are different, so they will go together differently, but these are all pretty darn intuitive. Like, I mean,
might need to adjust my focus when we start painting.
Probably, yeah.
So when would you put him on a base?
I put him. It depends on the mini. Honestly, these ones we're gonna put on bases right away.
So this is how is he gonna stand? Is like 1 foot gonna be off the ground?
Yeah.
So he's like mid step.
Yeah, because
so it's only me attached at this point.
No, I'm sorry. He's moving forward, so he's like this.
Oh, so he's like
ah.
Oh, I see. He's like marching.
Yeah, you can always look at these two to figure out what they were supposed to actually look like.
Oh, cool.
He's like ah, because all these guys are in motion here.
Headless horseman. Fans of Sleepy Hollow out there, pop off in chat.
Exactly.
Pop what?
Exactly.
Pop off in chat with your favorite scene. Great film. One of Tim Burton's finest.
Yeah, so please feel free to chat us up and ask any questions. This is, as always, a chill stream.
It's a chill stream.
What is your favorite Tim Burton movie, Mikey? 'Cause I've always been not nearly as enamored with Tim Burton as everyone else, I feel like.
Which is understandable.
Like, Edward Scissorhands is okay. I don't get everyone's obsession with it.
Either.
Right,
my favorite's Beetlejuice, man.
Yeah, I mean Beetlejuice.
That's Tim Burton, right?
I think it feels like Tim Burton. If it's not. Yes, it is. Yes,
it is. Right?
I'm almost positive.
I mean, Beetlejuice has been like by far the one we've watched the most.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at Tim Burton's old filmography here. But I love Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Well, I guess he didn't direct. What's it called? Nightmare Before Christmas. Jesus.
No, yeah, it was just like the.
But I love that. I mean, that's his kind of vision and stuff. Big Fish is great. Obviously, his Planet of the Apes is the definitive Planet of the Apes.
Everyone knows that. I don't think I've actually watched many Tim Burton movies. I hear you, Paul, and I've always just been very kind of meh on them all.
Yeah,
like,
Beetlejuice
is the only one I've ever like really loved.
The Batmans are cool. Like Beetlejuice and Sleepy Hollow are my favorite.
Yeah. That's right.
Beetlejuice is for sure the number one.
All right, Mikey. So now we're gonna put these together. Like you said, it's pretty easy to figure out how these go together.
So this almost like kind of has like a little slot for him.
Yeah.
It's really...
All of these are gonna have again pretty definitive. Like this goes here. You can usually feel it kind of click into place to a degree, which is how you know you have it right. Not all minis are like that.
What am I gonna do about this little?
That little one right there, the super glue we put in here will probably fill in that gap, but that's something you would fill in with green stuff if it's a big enough gap to warrant it.
Bit.
So now we're going to use super glue. I do have plastic glue. The reason why I don't use plastic glue very much, with these I actually would for the most part, is because super glue dries really, really quickly. Plastic glue doesn't. It has a stronger hold ultimately, but it takes forever. So it's like with something like this where it's just boom, done. It's not a big deal.
You can do super glue like Pap. Cool. And it's done.
And this is not a big deal because this is pretty
to
easy to say here. But a lot of times you're doing like a limb that you have to like hold into place. And with that, you have to hold it with a lot of pressure, as much pressure as you possibly can, for a minute for it to stay there. And then even then, you have to like lean it and let it not touch anything, or else it'll just fall off. So I usually just use super glue. And so we're just gonna kind of put.
Is that the one you told me about? Something that actually like melts the plastic.
No, that's plastic cement. Will do that.
Okay, that's wild.
It'll actually melt the plastic and essentially make. It's kind of like a weld joint.
Yeah, right.
And plastic glue does that to its extent, but it's mostly just glue that's made for plastic.
So quick sense of working, playing Skylanders, watching streams. Multitasking. Basically crushing this Wednesday.
Yeah,
what I heard. Straight up.
So I can basically just go boom like that, and this is already not going anywhere.
So, okay. Now, probably half a bottle will do.
Yeah. Just,
So just like get it up into the... See, because this doesn't actually go up into the... Well, sort of it does.
Basically, any spot that's going to touch each other, you want to have it on that. But again, if you put it in there, it's going to be fine.
All up in
so this guy's done. These ones, again, are very, very simple. That's the whole point, is that they are meant to teach people how to build minis, or teach people
I love that.
how to paint, how to build minis. But yeah, this is easy. And then it's like you get into other ones, and even some of these guys, like the big general of this dude is probably let me see how many parts. He's probably got a ton of parts to him.
The dragon dude, dog.
No, the main dude of this army.
Oh.
Yeah, so like the main dude of this army has got like all these parts, and then you go to like this part where you put his cape on, and then you have to put on like his mantle thing.
So this is, I've asked this before, but so like,
and then
in instance of the
dog.
cape, would you paint that cape before you put it on?
Sometimes, yes. So like this one I might. So there are times where I will paint stuff disassembled.
It's a boy.
That's a boy.
It's done.
Good man. All right, man. So go ahead and pick out the next one you want to do. We can kind of each do our own at this point.
How do I recap this? Is this just stuff into there, or what's going on?
You can just leave it out right now. It's probably fine. We're gonna use it in a second. Cool.
I'm angry.
Angry man. What do I want to do? So 9, and then see, I'm starting to worry that I don't have heads for a lot of these guys.
Heads will roll, baby. You can take them off my sprue.
No. That's your sprue. Oh, I do have this guy. Okay, so I'm gonna do this guy over here.
I'm gonna do.
So I'm gonna do number 9, which is right here. Great board game.
Number 9 is a good board game. Good little puzzle game.
So boom. I think this may be. Well, no. I think I can do 2 more from this sprue, and that's fine. 9. Because we are gonna start painting. We do have ones that are primed, so we can actually start painting.
We're gonna do some movie magic.
Oh.
I don't know if I have a 9, unless I'm just probably very blind.
It's also possible that I took it. That might have been the one I took. Actually,
no. I mean, I don't see the number 9 printed anywhere. It's not that there's like
there.
an empty hole there.
It's
oh, right here. No, it's only the big one in the middle.
It's the giant one in the middle.
Okay. So that's
that's how that guy goes. Okay. So let's go ahead and clean up.
Are we painting?
This dude? I don't know. It's up to you. What do you want? This is number 9. 10 and 9 up here.
Oh.
But again, you can then do whatever you want. Then we got to find.
Wait. Oh, this is a different guy. This is where you just put his head on.
Yeah. So it's D8 and D7.
Oh,
so find D8 and D7 or this one. So this is D3 and D4.
D3, D4.
Angry mini indeed.
D3, D4.
So mostly just looking around, trying to figure out what I need to clean up. Check there's not too much. I'll file a little bit, but these ones are coming off pretty easy, which is nice.
So okay, so 3. Yeah, okay.
And even then, I'm not a really huge like over cleaner.
Sprue snipper.
Oh, it's just like it looks fine.
So what's called? They call it the sprue snipper.
Nah, I'd probably call it something else, honestly. Like
it's called the Privateer Press.
Yes, indeed.
Formula P3.
Formula P3.
Privet.
Yeah, P3 is a paint company, and they make a bunch of other stuff for minis.
We call them nerdies here, Nick.
Nerds. We call them nerds because they're disgusting nerds.
I hope everyone knows I kid when I do that, but it is my favorite thing to do. Like literally every convention we walk into, and this will happen later today. I walk in, and I'm just like, God, so many freaking nerds here.
You do it every single time. That is accurate.
As if I'm walking in to do something else. Last year, Dice Tower West, there was a very interesting vibe because there was us.
Yeah.
And then right next door to us was a
powerlifting competition.
But it was like
Olympic
convention.
powerlifting. Yeah.
It was a powerlifting convention, so I don't know if they were actually powerlifting or just like celebrating the fact that they all do. It was bizarre.
Yeah, it was great.
They were super cool.
Giant, strong people lifting heavy things, and then
like,
a bunch of board gamers moving as little as possible. It was great.
It was quite just a.
It was a great. Yeah,
I hope that they're back this year because that was very fun. Emma, we are enjoying the early stream. We are loving it.
Yeah, it's really
very
like
fun.
it.
It's a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
I feel like we have fun, different energy. You feel accomplished right away.
Yeah. I would say honestly, if I had to,
fun.
like, if the numbers, because I would say the numbers are generally better in the evening because I think people are like in the evening and like able to watch and stuff like that.
Yeah, Emma's watching after work, right?
Exactly. But like for me personally, in terms of like when I enjoy streaming, I love streaming first thing in the morning. Like it's nice. It's just you have a lot of energy. Like whenever we stream our other times, like we just worked for like we start work at 9 in the morning and then we start streaming at 6.
Yeah.
So like we've been working for what is that?
I mean that's a 9-hour day, right?
We've been working for 9 hours.
Yeah.
And then we stream for 2 hours. Because like we usually work 12-hour days, and so it's like, so that's the thing is like usually by the end of that, it's like we've already done 9 hours of work before we start even streaming. And streaming is a lot of energy. It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of energy, as anyone who streams knows. And so like doing that at the end of the day is honestly fine because we're used to it at this point.
You're right. When it clicks into place, you really know it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the head's not on. Then went.
Boop. Yep. And so now this guy's done. Boop 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 boop.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I really like it. I highly enjoy the morning streams.
And I love being able to like have you in the chat and folks that wouldn't typically. Obviously, it's not a good time for Europe when we're normally streaming at 6 p.m. So it's super cool to be able to reach different people. Like that's very fun. It's awesome that GenCon's letting us stream in the morning to be able to hopefully reach some folks, that aren't the typical GenCon market. Because GenCon's a pretty American thing.
It is a
so it's like super
American
rad.
thing.
Although I think it should be a worldwide thing because it's the bomb.
Alrighty, so I actually think I am out. Yep. All the rest ones on my sprue are kind of specialty guys. So Mikey, you can go ahead and keep building.
Sprue you!
I'm gonna start painting a bit.
Wait, what? Now I'm scared.
Well, yeah, I will be here. Well, actually, I need to glue these onto a base. So basically, do a couple bases up here, Mikey.
Oh, that's what this is.
Yeah. So these are bases. These actually, I think, are a little bit big for these bases. I have all my bases just separated by size. I honestly don't remember which bases went to which thing. So I put them on these because I don't think I'm using these for anything. I think I'm just painting them and building them. So I'll probably
all these folks
give
have
them
a nice
cool
lean.
base.
They are all running.
Yeah, they're all moving. And also, the good thing is like it's pretty easy.
Is actually
you can take an X-Acto blade and go and lop them off the base very easily. So like if I do want to switch bases, it's not a big deal.
Switching bases, man.
So yeah, so they're all kind of got a good lean going.
Emma, Eliana says you guys are amazing company. Are amazing company during the day. Thank you. We agree. I think it's super fun. Like people can watch it at work if your work allows for that kind of thing, on your lunch break or whatever. So we again really like this all the way across the board. I think it's very fun for us. I think it's fun for other people to get a break from work or it's just after work in a different area. If you're just doing your whatever kind of task, if it have something in your ear sometimes is nice, so you can just kind of listen as we're just yammering on about whatever. I agree. I think we make great company. Thank you very much for that. Emma says, yeah, I'm so glad I can hang out in the chat because I can't stay up late because of work. Yeah, because you got and you have commutes. I mean, you really got to. Yeah, I don't know what time you normally go to bed, but like you got to be about it. So this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Leon says, I'm an East Coaster, so it's a little late for me, but you try. Yeah, we're always happy when you pop in for as long as you can.
Yeah.
It's the only bummer, and I do mean the only bummer about living on the West Coast, is that it only gets less convenient for people, the further east. It's if we're on the East Coast and we did it 6, it's not ideal for people, but everyone's awake on the West Coast and the rest of the country, you know what I mean? And so... If we start at 6 hour time though, it's starting late for anybody else, and
these guys might not have a foot down.
Huh?
These guys might not have a foot.
Which
down.
one? This dude?
Yeah.
This guy does not. His right foot is hovering just above the ground.
That's all. I was trying to put them both down. I was like, I don't know.
Nah, because I think it's maybe why they put their rock there to give a little extra real estate.
Otherwise, and that's why like a lot of times I pin my minis to bases because I'm very paranoid about them not staying.
How would you pin them? What's that mean?
So,
I imagine you put a pin in them, but do you just like stab it through the plastic?
Yes, more or less. But that is what this is for. So basically what this can do is you'll take this and you put on here, it's a little thing, and you brace it against your thumb and you can move it. Oh. So essentially what you do is you drill through, push, and you drill through like this, and then what you do is you do that into their feet. And you do it into the base, and then you put a paper clip and you super glue it into the hole of their feet, and then you put the paper clip through the base, and that way it stays on there.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, and especially if you have like the base that I did for the big dragon dude, like because that's this big giant base with like rocks and stuff, dirt all over it and stuff like that. If I just super glued it there, it would probably stay just fine. But I'm not taking any chances, so I put big pins in it so it can go through a bunch of the cork. And I put super glue the whole thing, so it's super, and that thing's not going anywhere. There. Yeah,
that's cool.
So that's what this is. I brought this out so I can show it to you, but we're not using it right now because these guys I don't really feel the need to pin them. But that's what this is for. Little pin, and then you can have like a little Dremel tool that can have like a tiny little bit on it and go and drill like that. Huh?
That is wild.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
I love that.
Who do I want?
Fella.
I don't know if I want.
Who's this person? Where are they? They got the hair down the back. They got the ponytail. They got the top tail going.
Who should I paint?
High pony.
Everybody, you decide who I'll paint first. We got this guy who's just like, ah. We got this guy who's like, ah. We got this guy who's like, ah. Which one do you want to paint? Right, left, or center?
No.
Let me know and I'll paint that one. Ugh, let me get my thing ready.
Excuse me.
Do it now. Wait, show me again. We got. These are hard to hold. So we got these three. We got like meh, or Mac. The guy going wah. That guy. Okay, cool. So that's this guy. You can't actually see his mouth. The other two you can. So the one with the axe, that also helps. Thank you. Left. Okay, thank you, Eddie, for actually giving me an answer. And followed you. The one left. Okay, cool. So this guy, this butt, the guy really, he's got weird hair too, which is
we don't have any horns, huh?
That's on a different sprue. So it's on F35. So this guy's a special guy. These guys are special guys.
Should I hold off on doing him? Because I only have the option to do the sword, which is still super cool.
Okay, no.
Are you waiting to make some horn blowers?
No. Yeah, let's wait because we only have two of those. Actually, that's this guy right here. So this, when it has a little cog like that, that means you can choose. You can either give him a horn or you can give him this. So I already gave one of those guys a sword. So I'd say let's give the other one a horn. Now, we actually don't have those sprues, so we'd have to hold off on that. Okay. But let's hold off on that one just because we would have to give it.
Mr. High Pony gonna have to wait.
High ponytail. All right, this guy. The guy's like, like that.
So I'm gonna wet up my paper towel. Smiley over here. D1 and D2. D1 and D2. Perfect.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Alrighty. So now the thing about corn, personally,
it's more sugary than you'd think.
Yes, it is more sugar. It's not a health food. It's very good though. Why corn is, everyone's like, I love eating corn. It's like, yeah, because there's such a sugar.
I love potatoes and corn. I'm a vegetable head, guys.
I'm a veg head. Like, starches and sugars. Okay.
Well, it's a beefy.
Beef boy. Beef boy. So, I personally find corn pretty boring.
Well, you gotta spruce up, make some elote or something. Go ahead. I'm loving it over here.
So the reason why I find corn or like something like Chaos Space Marines pretty boring is because they have a very strict color scheme.
Oh, really?
Corn are always red. Chaos Space Marines are always red. Nurgles are always green.
So would they have to be red?
Here, if you want to play like in competition or something like that, yeah. So that's the thing, and that's one of the things why I think I've always collected Tyranids, because Tyranids do not matter. And so people have really, really wild color schemes for their Tyranids. And again, we're not playing with these. We can make them any color you want. But the thing about corn is they look weird if they're not red. Because they're always red.
Used to seeing them.
So it's like, to me, I really, really dislike having limited color palettes when I mini paint. One of my favorite things about mini painting is being like as free as you want. Yeah. So these ones will paint red, or at least some of them red, because you're supposed to. But I just want to say,
do a frost corn.
I think that's boring. I think it's boring.
I'll do a frost personally.
And they will look cool, but nonetheless, it is. I find them to be boring.
It's gonna look dope as heck, but don't worry about that.
And this guy actually doesn't have that much armor. But so we'll make his like pants red.
Paula, where's the wedding you're going to?
His armor red. His little shoulder plate thingy here red.
Behave.
Well, actually, I don't know if his pants would be red. Actually, I'll see real quick.
We're gonna have red on red on red on red.
Well, it's like a lot of times.
Snooze fest. We're living in a fantastical world. This dude means business with this knife. Okay, I see. It didn't fit on like that. I'll cut you that away. Cut me white. Ain't nothing but a flesh wound. And I'm officially deceased.
And died.
That was hilarious. We all laughed at that.
Okay, so how these guys actually look? Okay, so how they're technically supposed to look? I guess they have black pants, red armor, and then like gold adornments.
Snooze fest.
I kind of agree. Black and red, that's what they do, and it's boring. Wedding is a Malibu mountainy area. That's cool.
All right, on.
Tell me why. All right, so we're gonna go with Mephiston Red, which is a kind of very dark. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do Mephiston Red. I'm gonna throw in some.
Are you just a guest, Paula, or are you up in this thing? If you're a guest,
You can
be making a call.
You can skip it. Let's just put it
to
that. You can skip it if you're a guest. So I'm gonna do Mephiston Red. And
Just
I don't
Mephiston
think,
Red,
at least for the armor, I don't think I'm going to do a wash. I think I'm just gonna.
Not just a guest. I just get to go and have a good time. It is nice. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't affect anything in a negative way.
As someone who just officiated a wedding, I really want the next wedding I go to for me just to be able to stand there.
I was
and
because
sit
you
down.
were doing that. I was so happy to be just a groomsman because I'm like, I literally have no job.
I just have to stand
All
there.
I did was make this wedding more expensive.
Yes.
For no reason, because I do not serve a purpose. It's awesome. It's great.
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty good.
You know? My goal was like, do not let the drunken bridesmaid fall down on her way out to the ceremony.
Yes.
Don't let her fall on the way back out.
That was legitimately your job.
That was
the person you were walking down the aisle.
Legitimately my job.
Everyone knew
it was just like
they were going to be drunk before the thing ever started, and we're like, don't let her fall.
Hold on tight and actually pick her up off the ground. So she's actually gliding and she's just moving her feet like as if she's walking. That's what you do.
But she doesn't realize she's not actually walking. Yeah.
You get her there.
You get her there.
Now I've got the song stuck in my head. I want it that way.
Good.
What was I singing? Right.
Yeah, we were singing I Want It That Way. So now I'm just painting.
But the Fleshwood edition, because that's pretty good. Pretty good edition. Okay. Let's see. Who else can I make here?
Make as many as you want. Make them all. Make none. Start painting whatever you want.
I want to make the different ones. I want to make this guy, the sword folk. Oh wait, and there's the headless dude.
Well, yeah. So go
person. I shouldn't
find out what number they are, and then find them in the book, sir.
I'm working on it. Okay, this is horn person, horn helmet, horn head, but not horn head, horn helmet. But it's like a cracked helmet. Where's that?
Well, look at the number.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Look at the number.
Listen here, man. I got my method. D11, baby, and D12. Who knew?
My kill, my bonus. Yeah, I do love weddings though.
They're fun. They are fun. Make me cry.
You were on it this morning, dude. Anybody gonna be at Dice Tower West? We're gonna get to see. I know Sass Queen popped in the chat earlier. I think you two are already there. They got a whole case of cherry Diet Dr Pepper for us, Mikey.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, rip, because they mentioned, and I've forgotten this, that there's not they don't have coffee makers and stuff in the rooms.
Oh, they don't?
Or microwaves.
Oh, bummer.
Which isn't the end of the world, but it's like
no coffee maker in the room.
Yeah, I was
kind of like, hotels
I remember that last year. I was like, oh, it's a weak move, and I forgot. And I agree, still a weak move. I'm like,
still a weak move.
Because now we gotta go down like that Starbucks, or whatever is down there, and we'll have a line and stuff, so that the Diet Cherry Dr. DP is gonna it's gonna save us.
CDDP, yeah,
it's gonna. It's gonna save us some trips.
Yeah, seriously though. So I'm just painting on again the base coat. I'm doing a very dark red because again I don't think I'm gonna wash this. I may go no washing for this entire one.
Really?
Yeah, I've been kind of not moving away from washes, but to me, like I've kind of at least personally been.
Are you getting purist on me?
No, not purist, because everyone uses washes. A lot of times I don't really see the point of a wash because
you kind of just undo it with the highlight immediately.
Yeah, and the whole point is that it gets into the recesses. But for me, I'm kind of like my whole kind of philosophy so recently has been. Well, then, if I'm going to paint a base coat, put a wash to darken the recesses, and then essentially reapply the base coat everywhere but the recesses. Why don't I just paint on a dark color as the base coat, and then just start highlighting from there? And that's what I did. I used...
Start dark and lighten up.
I used a wash on the dragon thing, but I didn't use any washes on that entire model of the big model.
Wow.
Not one.
Jeez.
And so I was kind of like, okay, see, I don't like this guy already. I hate this guy.
Nick, make him white. I'm gonna make my dudes blue.
Do whatever you want, Mikey.
I don't care.
Who cares?
Zambanas Lux says, "Hey, just landed in Vegas."
Yeah, Zen.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I mean, we're gonna be there soon. Zen, we are driving out. I wish we could fly. We were kind of going back and forth on what to do, and we decided to drive. But we are screaming out of here. I mean, we'll be on the road by 11:30.
Yeah, to say the least.
You know, and then we're just gonna cruise over the 126 to the 15 and on up from there, my guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, put us there by dinner time. We'll be there.
We'll be there by like 4 or 5 probably.
4 or 5, yeah.
So
we're gonna be just
early dinner
flying.
time.
Got gas already.
Yeah. Pick up
I got
some snacks.
Got to get some games up in the car. Yeah, go pick up some snacks. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, we're
not too much. We're gonna hit that Barstow del Taco.
Oh, dude, you already know. Give me that weird taco with a tomato bounce on the top. I was gonna order it without it. It's not great. I don't know what happened to Del Tacos in the desert, but it is wrong. It's my thing that I do now. I'm not gonna not do it for the third year in a row. So gross. It's like got too much meat in them weirdly. I don't know. It's weird.
So I officially hate everyone who picked this model. Just want to put it out there right now. I dislike all of you.
Especially Paula.
Yeah, most of all. I just miss you a lot, and so I'm just
I know
being extra mean to you, and we're already generally mean to you.
It warmed my. I'm nice to her.
You don't podcast with her as much as I do. We're all very mean to each other.
Your post about our flight and stuff like got me pumped. It warmed my heart, and like everyone's response and stuff was awesome. That was like a great Twitter thread.
Yeah, it was a great Twitter thread.
Fantastic Twitter thread. It's just good all the way around.
So I think the brand new model. I gotta try and figure out what the heck is what.
Oh, Emma's got to commute further into the land of no Wi-Fi. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's awesome that you say hi during your commute. That
it really is, Emma.
It's just super rad.
We get to see you too soon. We get to see you soon.
Yeah, that freaked me out when Paula's just like again. Monday's like we leave 2 weeks from today exactly. I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So my main question is, how did you get viticulture into your carry-on? I don't honestly don't know.
It was our carry-on. We put clothes inside it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. We just did. That tweet kind of blew up. Actually, I was actually very surprised. We've always been very proud.
The first time too. Yeah, it's basically the board game equivalent of Shia LaBeouf's like "Do It" video, where it's just like you can literally do anything on you can play. I freaking love that video.
That's one of the best videos of all time.
It pumps me up so much. What's it called? Yeah, so where were we going?
Dice Tower West. Dice Tower East.
Yeah, so we had enough time.
Because the first time we went to Dice Tower East, we brought like 2 of those bit boxes.
That's why.
And viticulture and a whole bunch of stuff. Expecting to play any. We literally didn't play any of it.
That was a mistake. Well, actually, it wasn't a mistake though, because and the only reason it worked out is we got excited by the fact that we call it poor man's first class.
We got poor man's first class, baby.
Poor man's first class. If you're a couple of broader folk, poor man's first class is when you fly Southwest and somehow by the grace of the good Lord, I don't know, Bigfoot, whatever, I'm trying to cross promote.
Our Lord is Phil Walker Harding, Mike.
Our good Lord Phil Walker Harding, board game god.
Praise be.
Praise be to Phil Walker Harding, folks. No one was sitting between us.
Yeah.
Now Nick and I have a technique. If you're going Southwest, you can't choose your seats, right?
Yes.
It's first come, first serve. So Nick and I will go dead ass back at the plane.
Yeah.
Right by the turtle.
Which everyone else does. We should just stop doing that.
I know.
We're not
We
the
have
first
methods.
ones to think of that.
We get in the back, and Nick will be window, I'll be aisle, or vice versa, and we just sit
as
it's
big
mis-
as possible.
Yeah,
we just get like
try to get
real wide. We're like, you want to sit here, brother.
We like, obviously we're not like, you see this in people like man spread and stuff like, but we're not doing that. But if someone sits, but like, we're just like, we just want people to be like, well, that's option 3. And let's see if I find option 1 and 2. And once in a while it works out that like we don't have a packed flight or someone, thank the Lord misses their flight. Yes.
Yes. Good. I'm glad.
And we have a spot behind. We call it poor man's first class. And it's the best feeling in the world. And because of that, we were able to lay out all 3 trays. So we had the middle tray supporting the board.
The Tuscany board, yeah,
the
which is
Tuscany
even
board.
bigger.
Yeah. Viticulture with Tuscany, folks, on a flight.
On a flight.
And we had all of the
Be
bits and
jealous.
things in the seat between us, inside the lid of the box, ready to go, and cards and stuff. And we just prayed that the plane didn't ever do.
And it didn't. And the thing is, like, the flight attendants were, like, fascinated by what we were doing.
Yeah,
they were just
we were popular.
They're like, what are you guys playing? We're like, Viticulture. Like, this is a big game. And because we were literally in the very last row. So I love being in the last row also because, like,
They, like, hang out with
the
you.
flight attendants are way cooler to you because you're just back there and they're just like, hey, man, you want something? You're like, can I have a coffee? They're like, yeah, sure. They say, grab it. They're super nice back there.
And we're always super nice to them because, like,
They have the worst
being
job
a
on the
flight
planet.
attendant, like, seems hard.
Must
right?
be the worst. You deal with the worst people ever. And so, and so a lot of times we always play games on flights, and so we tend to be pretty popular with the flight attendants because they're always just curious about what we're playing. And so we're sitting like chatting up, telling them about the game, and they're like all super interested, and it was really fun.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm missing a head.
That's probably because I stole it.
I'm going to put a sword there in this place.
If you're missing a head, it's because I stole it. There's gonna be like
No,
there's
that's okay.
gonna be at least 2 missing from somewhere. Whether it's
I'm
my
going to
sprue
chop
or
the head off of this axe and put it on his head. That should probably work. Paula says, now I feel like we need to play the biggest game possible on our flight to London, but also I won't have room to pack one.
That's the only problem. If we're going to London, I'm not nearly as inclined to be like, let's bring a bunch of stuff.
I think we're bringing Tales of Glory, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's not a big game, but you're building these dungeons that do sprawl, so we could definitely attempt that.
We could Tales of Glory would be hard.
It would be hard.
Because we have the central board too. We could try
Right,
it.
we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, we should try to challenge ourselves in some way. A game that does not take up a lot of...
It's 10 hours. You might as well do something weird.
A lot of backpack space. My backpack's going to be straight up filled with like small games and things.
Yeah.
Paul says, I have a fair number of small games I'm going to bring for us at the least. What do you have in mind? Because we can try to fill in gaps and not overlap. Obviously, would be a monumental waste of space. Yeah, what do you got in mind? And is there
Considering we'll be
anything
with
that you know that we have
the
that you would
entire time we're there.
want us to? Yeah. I need D22. This cool razor sword thing. D22. Belongs to who? Oh, is that another specialty? Is that the...
If it's on D, it'll be on that sprue.
Huh. 12 and 11, 10 and 9. So as if these are going in order.
Yeah, all right, so 22 will be on the previous page, probably.
Was this like an
so
alternate
this
weapon?
is this dude. This is this big dude. He's a special guy. He's the Blood Reaver Chieftain.
So do I have this stuff?
If it's all D, you do. No, you don't, because it's on F. There's 2 things on F there.
Where? But not the bodies? There's 2
But
arms?
The head. Oh wait, no, I lied. If you want to build this dude, you can. Hold on. Let me see. Where's the other sprue? Where's my other sprue? Let's figure out what all we have. Because you might be able to build a smaller guy.
I got 21 right here.
D22,
I got 21,
D20, and D21.
20 and 20. I saw 22 is how this all started, didn't it?
I have D20.
Yeah,
which
I got
means,
these 3.
all right, you're fine because I have D20 here.
Yeah,
which means. So I have 21.
I got 21, 22. And
20. So I can do this one as well. So yeah, so go ahead and do this one.
I just want to do a 3-parter.
No, we'll do this one later. Yeah,
We'll do the special stuff later. Okay, cool.
Because you can essentially make 2 of these guys or have 1 and 1. That's basically your options.
Paula says Villages of Valeria. Dungeon roll, maybe. I'm down for dungeon roll. I think you were talking about the other day and I meant to ask what the heck that is. Welcome to the dungeon.
I love Welcome to the Dungeon.
Maybe the Grizzled.
Ooh, let's get
Grizzled
real
would be really
sad.
good. I get really bummed out. Campy Creatures, Chameleon, maybe Death Angel. Rip. We can bring a number of roll and writes. What are like actual games that we have are small? We could do like Flip City. We've done that on playing before. It was a stretch.
Flip City. I'd say like something like Arboretum, but you start stretching out. There's a lot of little games we could bring.
We could play
some trick taking games we could probably bring. You know, like we could bring like Indulgence or something like that. I'm sure we could make work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff we can make work, for sure.
Rolling in the deep.
I was thinking like get an Illusion and bringing that. Is that one game? Illusion, the game we played at Justin's, where you had to figure out what color had more. Or
yeah,
whatever.
is that the Wolfgang Warsh one?
Because that game was.
Yeah, we played that before the cruise. Yeah, that
way
was
too much fun. Why was that
awesome.
game that much fun?
Because it messes with your head,
dude. Wolfgang Warsh, what a bastard.
That Warsh.
Living that Warsh life.
That would be really fun, Paula. Yeah, that was such a fun night.
That was a really fun day. Going to Jackson's, getting some ice cream and the biggest hot dog I've ever had in my life.
That place was whimsical. If you're ever in Florida, don't be, but if ever you are,
yeah, good call.
Go to Jackson's.
Go to Jackson's.
It's a fun, silly place. We all had too much food that day. Well, fine. If that's how you're going to be, then sprue yourself, man. See what I did there?
I did, Mikey.
We can also do Once Upon a Time or something. What the heck is that?
Once upon a time.
And what was that thing Shay was talking about? Like a Quiet Years, like a tiny little RPG thing. I am going to ask him about that this weekend, because that could be a really cool thing to like maybe come up with a story or whatever on the plane and then recap it later or something. Sometime.
Anything is possible.
Nothing is possible.
I believe again the moments when.
You're giving them hope.
Everyone see the Broadway show Brooklyn? It's a really good show. It's a show that I think is underrated.
What the heck is Brooklyn?
It's called Brooklyn, man.
What's it about? Let me guess. Queens.
Nope. It's about someone named Brooklyn.
Oh, what the hell? Get out. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
You've told me.
Brooklyn's awesome because it's done as if they're like performing on a street corner.
What?
Essentially, like
busking?
it's yeah, like so
like doo-wopping in front of a flaming trash.
Yeah, so it's that's what it's kind of perceived as. So like the a lot of the characters like talk directly to the audience a lot. Because they're cool. Kind of acting like they're on a street corner, and then like there's a couple different times. A lot of times they'll have like stagehands come up and like drop money into like a little bag they have at the front or something like that.
That's so cool.
So it's like really really cool, but it's cool because they're like considered to be like street performers. So like the costumes are very like ragtag and look like they're like very thrown together and stuff like that, but they're still really cool and elaborate. And then the singing is like it's legitimately stupid. Particularly the main woman who played Brooklyn. If you listen to the soundtrack, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Don't you tonk.
Just belting some crazy stuff. Really good show.
Paul says, what? It's a storytelling game where you're trying to use the cards in your hand to get to the end of a story before the other player. Oh.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds awesome. That sounds really fun. And yeah, it's something Kiki was asking. I'll ask Shay. But it's very minimal what you need. You need like a pad, a piece of paper or something. Like, it's very minimal. But it's like a little mini RPG something. I will look into it, and if it's something that like, depending on player count, like, I need to run, I'll run it and stuff. Because that would be really fun. Paul says, okay, I'm definitely bring Once Upon a Time then. I think you'll like it, Mike. Yeah, I'm just so excited to see, like, I guess you have to probably make a story that makes sense and maybe argue why your story works or something. I'm just excited, whatever it is. I don't care. Storytelling, fam. That's why board games are Ripper, because it's storytelling.
Ripper merch.
Mega Ripper?
It's very Ripper, hey?
Is it often very important that you do things in a precise order?
Well, sometimes, but generally not with these. Because they just have a head.
I put this arm on because it seemed easier.
Yeah.
It's a smaller
Sometimes, yeah, you'll have to put this on because if you're gonna put like this head on, but then like you have to put a cape, and the cape kind of goes over the head. You have to make sure you put the head on first. So sometimes, yes. With these, no.
Cool.
Like maybe the big dude, yeah. But like with these very simple ones, no, I'm sure you don't.
I'm sure you don't.
Skibidi-boop.
Ski.
So I'm just putting all the black adornments, which are going to be like his gauntlets here, his pants. So I'm going to make this guy kind of more traditional Khorne. Daemons.
This guy looks like nothing like Jonathan Davis. Messed him up. I messed him up, man. Paul, are you painting anything lately? Did you mention that earlier? I feel like you're always painting stuff.
You showed me a painting you're doing recently. It was a nice landscape, Bob Ross style. It was great.
Oh, rip, dude.
No.
I've been hopping into the Bob Ross recently. It's always in our suggested stuff
Yeah.
on YouTube.
It's hard not to.
I put it on just to,
lost.
like, we were uploading a bunch of things and I wanted the computer to stay awake, right? So I did the classic, just I'll throw on like a half hour something on YouTube. It was Bob Ross and I sat there and just kept watching it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be doing other stuff, but I didn't. Every time it says Almighty Trees or whatever, it's just fantastic.
Almighty Evergreen.
Yeah. Made some Almighty Trees. I think he switched to Happy Little Trees and stuff later on to be probably more welcoming to everybody. But in the early days, it was the Almighty Everythings. Paul says, I'm modeling the leader after Yasha from Critical Role because I'm a big nerd working on Warhammer Underworld's army. The Chaos Barbarians.
Yeah, what's everyone out there painting?
Currently, about to paint this dude right here.
This butt.
This butt right here. Are we painting the same? No.
No.
Okay, I think I built just about all I can build out of this, but I'm going to double check because I don't have the head for this person, right? That's the... Or is this something different? 5? Maybe I do have this. No, I don't. Or maybe I do. No, I don't. I would just need a floating head.
Yeah, so there's a couple.
I think I've got most...
If it's one that's just a straight head, I probably took it already.
Cool. Can I borrow your card again?
Yeah.
Got some wrinklies.
Alrighty. Well, you gotta put this on the bases, fool.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm getting my palette ready anyhow.
Palette.
Here's a palette. Palette.
Get your palette.
If Cameron Poe could teach us how to paint minis, Nicolas Cage would take that job.
I would take that job.
But he does it as different characters. I'm sorry, buddy. Does it as different characters. Okay. I'm going to base these butts.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the skin tone. So the skin tones that you always see them painted, these guys are like super, super pale. Like really, really pale, which I always found really weird. I always thought they looked super, super weird with how pale they were.
I'm just going to practice.
What?
I'm going to practice poking a hole in this.
Cool. Push harder.
I don't want to poke through my dang skin. Oh. Oh, I went through the hole in the palm.
Good call.
Lucky.
Good job.
Cool.
Yeah, so I always find their super, super pale skin tones to be weird looking. Like straight up weird looking. Like they're like white. Like basically like legitimately like not like Caucasian, I mean like white. And I think that's incredibly weird. So I'm not gonna do that because I think they look dumb. So I'm gonna use Bugman's Glow, which is kind of like a dark peachy skin tone. As my base. It's kind of my go-to base.
He's my base
for the white people. Alrighty.
Of your hair. Bam! Look at that, dude.
Bang.
He is angry.
He's angry, that man. Yeah, don't paint that one. This guy sucks.
And I'm gonna paint my broken horn feather. Gonna clean this up. Whoa.
We gotta paint sometime, Paula.
Yeah, dude. We should get you on.
We should
Come
have
on
a
down and
paint
paint with
party.
us some more.
Yeah, come out and paint with us, or we just hang out and paint.
Let's have a paint party. How fun would that be? Okay, whoa, listen here. This guy's been tying one on for a while. He's a little punch drunk and also just drunk. From punching people.
He's drunk from punching people.
He literally has fallen into a weird stupor after so many battles.
So much punching.
Paula says, yes, let's do that.
Sounds awesome. Painting party. Legit. Like, next time you're going to spend, like, a weekend painting, invite your boy.
Bring over your boy.
It's your boy.
It's Jabroni.
Your boy, Jabroni.
Jabroni.
Hello, Jabroni speaking.
You suck. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a jabroni.
I am a jabroni.
You're basically dropping balls in the chat if you're a straight up jabroni. Jabroni, dude. That was such a piece of the culture back in the day.
Dude. The Attitude Era in the WWE.
Oh, man. So good.
Was it?
Has there ever been another era in the WWE? Isn't it all attitude sort of?
They're in the PG era right now, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, what's considered the PG.
John Cena's pretty wholesome.
Well, they moved from.
I kind of get it because
they moved from MA-14 to PG so everything got toned down a lot, which is fair.
Did because TV ratings changed?
No, they changed their rating from MA-14 to PG, so they had to start doing a lot more.
There's a lot of stupid stuff.
A lot less drinking and all this kind of stuff and flipping off the cameras and stuff. Which, of course, people hate. There's like, no, I hate the PG.
My day, Stone Cold was badass, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Stone Cold could never exist in today's wrestling environment. Funny thing is, I don't watch wrestling, but I watch a lot of videos about wrestling.
Yeah. Same.
Which is funny. I never watch wrestling, but I'll watch so many compilations or just videos about wrestling on YouTube.
We get so many suggestions where it's just
top 10 this
but also recaps of Monday Night Raw.
And I'm
this is everything that happened on Monday Night Raw.
I wonder what did happen on Monday Night Raw. And then I watch it. I'm like, why did I watch that?
I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, no, it cracks me up, man. It's YouTube for you. Man, I do need to know who the top 10 people who WWE cut too early.
Cut too early.
It's I need to know this. This is information.
I do like the ones that's just wrestlers that completely changed their thing halfway through, or
change their gimmick,
or people who got stuck in a really stupid gimmick like Triple H is his name. It's just doesn't make sense anymore because he's supposed to be this posh guy thing.
Yeah,
and then they said nah, never mind, and he's just now his name is still Hunter Hearst Helmsley for some reason. And I was something that's awesome. I like that.
I hate this guy.
Undertaker's gonna be a biker now. And you're what? Never mind, he's dead again. All right, cool.
He's back
in our day. Do you remember Undertaker was legitimately scary because you're no, he's dead. He's he's from the underworld and stuff.
Yeah, when you're a kid, man, Kane was the scariest thing.
Dude, Kane was scary. Legit, there's a fire and stuff, man. For kids, this is
that was real, dude.
Highly dramatic stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. We didn't even watch WWE. We were WCW kind of guys. But yeah, wrestling will always have a place in my heart because we watched it so much with Pops.
Oh, dude.
We were there for the whole downfall and everything. It was great. Because I watched videos the downfall of the WCW and stuff like that. And
it's a fascinating story.
And I'm oh man, we were there for the whole thing and it was real wild.
Yeah, that is a fascinating story.
They did it to themselves.
Yeah, they messed up a couple big things. Okay, so this guy's got scars on his back. I don't know if folks can see that, but he's a scarred fella. Can you help me out? I'm going to be painting about here. Can you just give me a quick focus up, or at least hand me the mouse?
I got you.
So make sure you can see now that we're to the painting business.
It's kind of a good point. I should probably check and see if I was.
I think you're pretty good, but we can dial it in anyhow. I hate that it makes it disappear. Oh my goodness, I'm painting.
Oh, I'm zooming, not focusing.
I'm painting. Oh my goodness, I'm painting. Oh, popping them nips now, jeez Louise.
That's where you're meant to be?
Yeah, I think so. I'm about right there.
Cool.
Okay, so
Where am I painting about right here? Let me make sure I'm even in focus.
oh, even ain't foggy.
Kind of. Let's see. Yeah, I'm close. Cool. Alrighty.
Paint it to the beat.
Alright, Mikey, so what you doing here?
Well, I'm asking about this brush. This brush is, I'm trying to true up the edges. We got a little bit of spindlies off to the side.
Yep.
Just a bit older of a brush, I think.
That one's a bit older brush.
Now,
I'd
should
probably
I
pick a different one
snip
then.
those off?
Nah, I usually try not to because I feel like it always messes up even more. I'd probably pick a different one then, yeah.
Choose this one then.
Yeah. But it was fine.
Truing up the edge. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, man. So let me see. See, do you have that like that reddish?
So this guy I'm keeping pretty corny.
Now,
But you can do whatever the heck you want, dude. It's your mini. I don't care.
I kind of want to do like.
Here's the thing, we're not actually. We can't play with these. 'Cause I've been cannibalizing this sprue set. So like, I'm not worried about them being actually what they're supposed to look like.
Well, I want to go with a like frost giant kind of look. Maybe a little lighter. I don't want to be like dark blue. I would love it to be like.
Are you talking about
blue
him or his
with
armor?
Him.
So you want his skin to look frosty?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would.
the blue is some of that white. You can see the white kind of almost underneath it.
So I would say pick for that one. I'd say pick as your base
that
color
or
something
this?
like this. This
Like
is
highlight
got.
that
This
or
is a
something?
little bit. I would say this because this has got more gray in it, and you're gonna be highlighting up with white probably.
Yeah.
And this is a little too true blue. This has got more gray in it. So I would say was Hoeth blue.
How is blue? So I mean, it's just gonna be his torso and his hands.
Yeah.
Everything else is covered.
He's gonna look weird. I'm pumped about it. I mean, weird in a
might
good
look-
way. It might not work, and I'm
It might
down,
look
dude.
awful,
But here's
but-
the thing: who cares?
I think it could be cool, right?
We
If
have
you got
like
the
20 of
frost
these.
look,
Dude.
the
Look how many of these
frost
dudes we
effect.
have. Who cares?
You know, I'm like, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if he had like a little team red versus team blue type.
Like, I'll
switch.
paint enough of these normal so that if David wants to use them for something in his D&D campaign, he can. And then
Oh, that's a good point. Should I?
no. He doesn't need all 20 of these dudes. And also, he never asked me to paint these ones. These I'm just painting because we wanted to paint some Games Workshop stuff and work on some building, and so these were a convenient thing for us to paint.
Now, maybe this. I don't know if you ever gotten to this point with your painting and stuff where it's like, I just want to do stuff to be different. I just want to do something.
Yeah,
to
that's
see
why I
how
don't like Khorne, because I think they're
works.
boring. Because you're supposed to paint. Because there's like full factions, especially something like Space Marines, where it's like if you're doing this kind of they have to be this color. I mean, as far as I know, and if anyone knows any different, please let me know in the comments.
Like if you're going to compete.
Yeah, like
Why does the color matter? I don't get that.
because they're
Why
part
would
of a
that matter?
specific chapter, and that specific chapter has this specific color, and they're just it's the same thing as like the military or whatever. It's like they have different rankings and different colors and stuff, and I hate this model with every ounce of my being.
So what's your struggle? What's
I'm having to get up in here.
yeah.
That's the struggle, and I hate models that like this. This is why people paint stuff disassembled, because then if this arm wasn't on here, I could just do it no problem. But it's like, yeah, the fact that it's just like, oh, it's just so hard to get to. Oh, that's just painted the back of that camera.
Razor's gonna become Technicolor in no time.
Rolling in the deep.
He's got some scars, man. I'm gonna make those things white.
Yeah.
I'll really make those things pop
Yeah, dude.
later, of course, but I'm just planning for the future.
Yeah, man. You got a plan. But yeah, so
How much when you're painting? How much is planning and how much is winging it?
for me, about 50-50.
Cool.
Like, I know the general outline. Like, I know, like, I want this guy's armor to be red. I want, his cloak to be blue. I want his skin to be, like, a dark skin tone or whatever. It's like that. But then, when it comes to the actual application, I'm just winging it the whole time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this
So you can call
color.
an audible on the field and be like, nope, going this way now.
Yeah, or rather I'm just like, you know what, it's mostly like in terms of that of like what colors I want to highlight up with. So it's like if I have a green, do I want to get to my highlight colors? Do I want to add like white to that green, or do I want to add like a lighter green, or do I want to add like a yellow? Because that then can push it in a different direction. So like that kind of stuff, I'm always just winging it.
Yeah.
But I generally will know what I want to paint. But even then, sometimes I'm like, no, you know what? This didn't work. I'm going to paint this purple instead. Or I'll do that all the time. Because reasons. So these guys are going to be interesting. This will be a good... I also picked these guys because they have big, large muscles.
Large muscles.
Which is kind of a challenge to highlight smoothly. So we're kind of
good point.
Gonna be getting into it here.
I feel like these guys are giving men false hope for what they can achieve.
These right here, these guys are very, very muscly.
I guess they're demons, so maybe if you make a pact with a certain deity.
All right, I'm gonna use
8-pack from Hades.
Some XV88, which is my go-to like leather color. All right, Paulo, we'll see you later.
Oh man, go to improv, girl. That's awesome. Have fun, and have a good weekend. Have fun at the wedding. I know we're giving you crap, but I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna improv that wedding.
So now I'm using my XV88, which is like my leather color, to just do all these like leather bits and stuff, and of which there's a lot because these guys like to have straps all over them. Yeah. So how you feeling about painting, Mikey?
It's fun, man. I'm enjoying. I was just thinking of like, what's my specialty gonna be? Like, when I get good at this, like, what's gonna be the thing that makes me good? And that's arrogant to suspect that I'll ever get to a level where I'm good and or have a specialty. Like, this is where I really crush.
This is where I shine.
I was thinking like, man, my color theory and stuff's gonna be so sick. I'm gonna just know colors. I'm gonna make this thing crazy color. Because right now I'm painting this guy blue, and I'm like, I don't know if this works at all. But someday I'm gonna be able to pull out the color that's gonna be like so ripper. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm quite liking it. I find it incredibly creative. Like, it's just fun. I personally love I like painting. I mean, I'm sure it's a great hobby to do on your own, right? But I like painting like in this setting because I can just sort of be like, I make it very social and then pick this up and, come back to it and stuff. So I think it's really fun, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is very nice to have.
It's great having a mentor here I can ask questions of and be like, does this make sense? Is this anything? And you're like, no, not really. Or like, yeah, that's actually a cool idea. That's called this. You've actually hit onto like a thing that has a name and a term. Oh, cool. I don't know. Just maybe it's in color.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm just so excited at all of the different possibilities out there. The challenges and stuff. Like, we plan. The soft plan is after this, I think, to do some scythe mechs.
Yeah. That's a soft plan.
That's a soft plan. I'm like, that'd be cool. Do like a vehicle. Oh my gosh, like how fun. That'll be so different, And
yeah.
I just love that idea of trying different types of creatures and animals and machines and really anything you could think of, and see like, well, okay, what do I do now? Like, how do I approach this? And you were talking about with scythe, for example, like we can make everything look kind of like aged,
yeah,
and like kind of beaten down a little bit and stuff, and like that's super cool to me. Just that, like, you see these good painters out there, and the non-metallic metals,
yeah,
where they just paint stuff to look like metal, but there's no like glittery, shiny element in the paint.
To look like metal.
It's just painted to look that way, and I'm like, it's incredible. You know, or you could, the fact that you can make stuff look rusty and things. I'm like, that's so neat to me.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
I've been watching a lot of. I think it's because again, I enjoy making bases so much. I've been watching a lot of.
I really want to try basing.
Yeah, basing. I think you would. I think you're going to really, really enjoy basing because basing is so freeing. Especially if you paint a lot of minis because it's so open ended. I've been watching a lot of terrain making because terrain making is very similar, where you just kind of like. You're just building stuff and like making it look weathered and doing this and doing that, and it's just so cool. And so I really want to get into some terrain making, which I have no reason to do because I don't really play D&D enough to really warrant it. But it's like I want to because it looks like fun. But I need way more space before I can start doing like terrain making.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because if you're building like if I'm painting a mini, I can do that on a small table with like my little paints. If you're building like a house that's like this,
I see.
I need space for that. You know, it's like also a lot of times you make stuff out of foam core, so you need like a foam cutter. You know, it's like it's just messy, and I just don't want to do that in my room.
You know what does sound really fun? When we see those things on Kickstarter, those villages you can make that you can pull off the roofs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like getting those are like so outside of the price range.
Oh yeah.
But like getting one of those and painting those would be so tight.
I had been thinking
doing
about
like
it,
a village.
honestly.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so.
Not
cool.
like a village, but just get like a building for each of us.
Yes.
Yeah, they're expensive. It's probably gonna come $100. Those things are
it's
amazing.
like not a reasonable thing at the moment. Maybe someday we can get GenCon to sponsor that.
Yeah.
Because that'd be really fun. Because that just sounds so neat, man.
It does, but that's one thing. Like I know Paula's not here anymore, but her husband has gotten, and she got him a wire cutter, a hot wire cutter for Christmas, I believe.
What's that do?
Essentially it's a big wire cutter, so you can cut through foam. So the wire cutter is like super hot. And you just go like, and just cut through foam.
Whoa!
So you get like insulation foam, and that's what most people make terrain out of and stuff like that.
Wow!
And it's freaking cool, man. I've been watching a ton of it, and it's just because it's like. Because the good thing about like basing is like it's so much more loose. Because if you're painting rocks or whatever, you don't have to be like these. You have to be so precise. But like painting, it's like, I'm gonna put some green over here. And you have to like still pay attention. But it's like there's not really like messing up.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you mess up a lot of times. It just makes things look better. It just makes it look more aged or more like
look at any rock out there.
Exactly.
Like, they're all completely non-standard and have. Oh, there's this bit of moss on it at one point that's fallen off, and there's just like it just makes it look more real.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. Dave Phillips on here says, "Shouldn't you nerds be on the road?" We are going to be on the road in about like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah,
right as soon as we're done here, we're gonna pack up and rip out.
Give me some Carrick Stone if you have it.
Carrick Stone. Let me find it. Carrick
Stone. What is stone? Is stone metallic?
Stone, gold.
Stone.
Carrick Stone, baby.
Is it stone?
I think it's the grays. It could be maybe not the silver.
Keep mind from here. Okay, so these should be like this. From here over, this is metallics.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So these actually are supposed to be.
Now I know.
I'm sorry. This is not metallic.
And
yeah, so from here over, these are metallics. So metallics are separate.
Fair enough.
Just happy accidents. Exactly. That's what's so exciting about terrain building or base building. It's like you can just go like, just do whatever, and it's so much fun. Like, and then it's just like, there's just so many different like, anyway, there's a lot of this stuff for paint. Like paint, there's a lot of different kind of paint ranges, but there's so much stuff for like diorama building. There's like pastes and like all these different ways to make like rocks. It's just like.
Oh, Dave Phillips, that's right. It's the same. Brad has a half day today, grabbing her when school's out hitting the road. And then, so Phoenix to Vegas, like, what's the drive like for that? I imagine it's kind of similar to LA to Vegas.
That probably gets like 3 hours or so, 3-4 hours.
I guess 4 or 5. I don't know. What time y'all imagine you'll be scooting into town, I guess, is the important question.
Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Yeah, so I really want to get into more basing and terrain stuff. Like, because like these guys, or whatever, it's like, because again, we're not using them for anything specific. We just put them on a cool base, like.
Yeah, let's make them.
want to do like water bases and just
dude, that water stuff we use, like the epoxy or whatever, and like all that whatever you do to make it is so freaking cool looking, dude.
Yeah.
I just see like the thumbnails on YouTube of like the finished product. I'm like, what the crap?
Yeah.
So freaking neat.
It's 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, so it's about the same for us.
Yeah. Well, so be rolling in around like 5 or 6 then, yeah, I imagine, around dinner time, after breaks and stuff on the road. Hit that Desert Del Taco and whatnot. Get your body right.
Get your body right, dude.
I find Desert Del Taco to be incredibly motivating. Because it starts working on your body immediately, you see. And then you start a timer. You either make it or you break it. You understand?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's true.
And so now you're going to be pushing that gas. You're like, I got to get there.
I got to get there.
I'm in the desert. I see no cops. I'm doing 90. You understand?
90 my Prius C.
A car famously known for its speed.
Speed and power.
That car gets me around. It gets me there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm every day I'm very jealous of your Prius C.
We'll get you one, baby.
You're almost done paying it off. That baby's almost yours, sir.
Less than a year, man. Less than a year.
That's gotta be cool.
Oh, it's very cool. I'm proud of that accomplishment, man.
Yeah, it did.
So we'll have been a little over 6 years of payments, you know, that are by probably lots of folks' standards not high. It's like $260 a month, but you know, for like a struggling kid,
for someone who is very poor in LA, that's a lot of money.
Not easy to come by, and I've managed to do it. You know, I've managed to do it for a long time, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be very happy to have $260 in my bank account.
Yeah,
every month that I do not have to spend on a car.
I can only imagine.
That I now I don't drive very often because I'm just.
I know, really though. It's like, dude, your car is gonna be.
Life is easy. So it's gonna be great, and then hopefully that will result in longevity for that car.
Yeah, you'll be set.
It's already like 8 years old.
I mean, yeah, it's not new.
It's not new, but if I can like really freaking just keep it nice, just got the oil changed, you know, before going up to Yosemite and stuff.
Yep.
If I can keep it really nice and stay up with that stuff, I'm gonna have that car for a good long while.
Yeah.
Free to me, which would be fantastic.
Yeah. All right, Eliani, we'll see you later.
All right, Eliani.
Bye-bye. Google says 4 hours. Yeah.
Alrighty. Google says 4 hours. Food and potty breaks say different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not too bad. 4 hours in is not too bad. Considering you end up in Vegas.
Yeah. It's really
awesome.
not bad. Can I have Liberator Gold, sir?
Okay, now I'm going to guess, Nick. I'm going to guess. I started the metallics.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess further.
I'm super excited about your weird frost giant man.
So,
nope. I'm sorry. I meant.
Oh!
No, you're not right. You were 100% right. I meant Retributor Gold. Retributor Gold.
Now I've got to look.
That's what I meant.
It's Retributor armor.
Sorry. Cool. It's cool. Yeah. That's accurate, Dave Phillips.
Children heavily have to pee shortly after passing the only stop for 50 miles.
Yep.
And you can ask them all day. Anyone got to go? No. You sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Uh-huh. Pass the exit. Hey, Dad. And you're just like,
hate you.
I'm going to hope you found a scratch-off lotto in that back seat that I forgot to turn in for cash, but I'm thinking that's not going to be the news. All right, I'm pretty proud of my painting so far.
You should be, sir.
I've managed to mostly not touch the little necklace.
That's good.
Which is like obviously not the end of the world if I do, but I'm just proud of the fact that I'm like, hey, I'm like toeing the line.
Yeah.
Good.
You give this guy gold weapons. I don't care.
Oh, I was going to do like a golden helmet, dude.
Ooh.
Maybe like black horns. That might be rad. I don't know. We'll see. That is 100% the conversation. Yeah, dude. Hey, man.
Yeah, dude.
I know. Working
You
with
know
kids
how
at
I
a
do.
museum, you can ask them before you go out, before you do this and that. Anyone got to go to the potty? Anyone got to go potty? My entire summer camps at Kids Space was just taking kids to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Nonstop. And I would always, every time there was one request, hey, everyone, camp. If you hear me clap once, clap twice. Everyone listen. Anyone else for the bathroom? Anyone else need to go to the bathroom right now? I've got 3. Anyone else? Anyone else? Last chance, last chance. Anyone else? No? Boom. Those 3 come back. One person comes up. That's a real bathroom. They have tiny bladders. They don't know. It's not their fault, but I'm just always like, God, be better at this already. I can tell you right now if I need to pee, Nick. Not really. Like, I will.
And I can tell you right now if I am going to need to pee in the next hour. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like, in an hour. Yeah, like, do I need to pee before I go? Yes, absolutely I do.
yeah.
You know?
I'm like, I know my body.
I'm quite aware. It's my probably greatest accomplishment in my 30-some-odd years on this planet is just knowing that bladder.
Knowing that bladder. Know that bladder.
Know your bladder. Hold your wee for wee. Remember that old promotion? How great that went?
Hold your what?
The hold. Do you remember that?
No. What is
Hold
this?
your wii for Wii.
No. What is this?
So this is when the Nintendo Wii came out, and remember, for a good long while, it was the thing to have. Like,
Yes.
unavailable, could not get a.
Yeah.
They were sold out everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So around the holidays, 1079 The End in Sacramento did a competition where they had 3 people in studio or something drink a bunch of water. And I think maybe continually drink liquid or something at whatever intervals. And whoever
held
out the longest without having to go to the bathroom won a Nintendo Wii.
Wow.
And they went on for a long time.
That's probably not good for you.
Here's the thing, Nick. It's really not good.
Were they the radio station that killed somebody with the water drinking competition?
Someone died. Yeah, someone
Was
died.
that the end though?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, they had a water drinking competition.
Well,
Who could drink the most water?
No, not that. This, yeah, that happens like all the time in like frats and stuff. Stupid.
No, but
people get
a
shot.
radio station in Sacramento put it on a water drinking competition. Someone died.
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was you had to dip and then hold your. I think that was the same thing.
But someone died from it?
Yeah.
Wow.
People were calling in to the radio station, like nurses and health professionals, saying like, "This is not good for you. Do not do this. You need to stop." And they kept going until someone died.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's that one. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So it says, "Oh, by the way, for the record, I could definitely, totally, and completely destroy the painting of a mini." Now, by that I mean like crush it in a good way, or like you come out of it and you're like, "My mini's in like 6 pieces now. It's destroyed."
I think the latter.
I think that's valid.
I know slivers. I think it's the latter. And I'm okay with that.
Dave Phillips says, Nintendo always it would look like mud. What if it was a mud demon or something? That could be good.
An earth elemental?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. You basically were saying you're good. Dave Phillips says, Nintendo always launches short quantities to drive hype. Couldn't get a Switch for like 6 months when they came out. Yeah, they're very good at that.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They're smart.
It works.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, when the Switch launched, it was like the thing of the holidays. Like, people couldn't get it and stuff. People were all wild over it, you know? It's just, they still sell super good, you know? All right, I'm happy with the blue. I think we're going to get something cool out of this.
It's going to look cool, for sure.
I'm, like, actually really happy with that color.
Yeah. I
And
think
highlight and bring out a little bit of, misprep his arm, the white, and then do the scars up. I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's probably really awesome.
I mean, it ain't going to be no corn demon legally, I guess, but
That's okay.
who cares?
Who cares?
Man, if I was running a Warhammer thing, I'd be like, paint them however the hell you want, man.
To take it very seriously, sir. The lore is not something to be messed with.
Apparently, man, but like, isn't it more fun?
I told you that's why I've always been drawn to Tyranids, because their paint schemes were way freer. You can do there's no, as far as I know at least, and again I could be wrong.
Standard.
No, none. Not that
have
I've
to meet.
ever seen. I have seen. I mean everything.
I know you're saying people get super intense about like. It's kind of cool, but also like maybe we're missing the point about like how you build your minis and if they have certain weapons.
Crap.
Like you can't use a bow. Your person not holding one.
Yeah, it's called WYSIWYG.
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 When you're being an bearable, just stick in the mud about stuff? Is that what that stands for?
No, WYSIWYG means you only can play with what they actually have. So yes, more or less, but
Who plays that mode?
a lot of people.
And it's like a thing, like a WYSIWIEG. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
But then you're saying like people have like magnetic arms, they can flop on a new arm to like match.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Oh man.
In my opinion, you shouldn't have to do that. That's stupid. But yeah, what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG.
Insane. But then again, I'm not in it. I think it's cool, but I'm just like, dude, like. The thing that frustrates me with that is like you're taking something that's already cost prohibitive and making it more so.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you need to have multiple minis with different things. Or you need to have these magnets and do all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, like most people can't afford Warhammer to start, and now you're making it harder.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just like, and that's it's just competition to competition.
My 2 cents from an outsider, folks.
Their competitions are all different. Some don't care. Some very much care. Just depends. It depends on the people playing and stuff like that. So you know.
To me. You went like jet black pants. Those pants are badass, man. I like that.
Yeah. It's technically how they're supposed to be in terms of like, again, I think it's black like clothes, red, and then I'm doing gold for all the trim.
Gold from that's pretty cool. Oh, your guy looks rad, man.
Yeah, he's gonna look cool. I mean, he will. I just don't like that a lot of times you are.
I kind of want to do like a
very limited in what you can do.
I kind of want to do like a deep brown, dark kind of mud brown for the pants, and then maybe black boots. Since the boots are like big, man. Okay, come up to there's like touches on the boots though. Is that trim you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like on the boots. I don't know if y'all can see.
Your fingers in the way, so I can't see.
Like right here, there's like little detail elements. Would that be trimmed up? Because it goes around the tops of the boots. Would that be something I would do like in a gold? Or some other color, and then the rest would be black or whatever. How would I handle that? Or is it just texture?
No, that would be something else. That would be like gold or something like that. So it's up to you. I mean, you can make the boots like something like red color or something like that, or if you wanted them to all be, because it's kind of hard to tell if they're all. I'm trying to think if that's like armor, because there's also like a little bit of a lip right here. See that lip?
Yeah.
So it might be like this is actually armor, and then these are the boots underneath it. Yeah, again, that's the kind of situation where it's like you have to decide what you want to
decide this texture on the boot. Just because like there's this. Sorry, folks. There's this very clear like.
Yeah, that I think you the top trim you should make a different color.
But I'm talking about just the design part.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about making all black or whatever color, and then like this. Yeah. And then maybe it has almost like a stirrup.
Like have that be gold. Yeah. Can I have Mechanicus standard gray? Top. Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, do whatever you want, dude. You already got a weird frost giant, dude. Which I love. Alright, we got about 15 more minutes. I think I'll be able to finish out my base coat in that time, which is great. So we'll be painting these guys for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to switch over to something else. We're not thinking Scythe, maybe something else. We're kind of deciding right now with Gen Con about what we want to do. But again, if there's anything you want us to paint, you want to see us paint, let us know. Let Gen Con know, because we want to be doing what you want us to do.
Mornfang brown. I kind of want brown with a little bit of red in it. I almost want to go brown into maroonish.
Okay. So what you can maybe do is
because I want to have like it's just for this bit right here. I don't want to be black all the way.
Now, do you want like this red?
Maybe.
That's
a pretty muddy red.
That's what you can do is maybe take that, add a little bit of that Rhinox hide, which is that really dark brown to it.
Yeah. I'll try that. I'm gonna see how this looks on the palette.
The palette.
Palette. We only have 15 minutes. Shoot. Okay, maybe I can get these pants in a minute. Maybe I'll do a quick gold helmet or something, or leave it there. There's not too much craziness. Do like a, I don't know. Figure out the helmet. I'll do white helmet. I'm not putting on screen. I'm sorry. Jeez Louise. So it says, I would like to watch you play a dungeon co-op RPG board game with orcs and dragons for you to fight. That would be rad.
There are none of those games, man.
Those games don't exist. Those don't exist.
list.
If I said I prefer like Grim Forest or Stuffed Fables, I'm sure size would draw a bigger crowd. I'd be super down to do like Grim Forest.
I would love Grim Forest. We don't have it.
People.
That's their main thing.
Yeah, the main reason we're doing sides is like at least the early go here. We're painting stuff we have on hand, but like those types of things are great to know because we can then take that to people and say, hey, we've had suggestions for these specific things, and they can start maybe reaching out to companies to see if we can get a hold of some of those minis.
There's been a couple people who have suggested or asked for Grim Forest too, so we might want to hit up Gen Con and then hit up the Huddy and be like, yo, bro, people want to see us paint this. You down?
You down, James Brown?
James Brown.
Yeah, this is a good color. This is cool. I'm into this. Into that.
See, it's great. It kind of like, it looks like he has kind of like a fur trim to these. Oops. So I'm just painting that a gray. I might change this. I don't know. I just kind of had gray on my brush, and so I was like, I'm gonna paint this because I wasn't sure what to do for this kind of fur trim color.
I might leave it. Yeah, maybe I'll do a touch right outside.
Yeah, it's up to you, sir. I would say what I would do is take a little bit of that one, put it to the side, then put a little round inside there to see if you want to. That way, if you don't add it to your main thing, if you do want to change, you're not wasting the paint. Yeah,
that's a good point, my man. Excuse me.
Mikey.
Pardon. Dale says I can bring you my copy if you really want. Play on stream or whatever. Grab it back at Bing Bong Con or something. That might do. What I'm hearing is you're saying paint my game, bro, which I'm not against. Let's just put the paint thing in the water. I was just like, that's where I go. Yeah, my guess is that we can acquire a copy of Grim Forest.
Yeah, I think we probably could.
Okay,
but
so I'm gonna do this then.
Alright. Can you hand me lead belcher?
Belcher. Oh man, I thought I had that nailed. Similar though. It's not too.
It is very similar. Yeah.
Starting to learn.
I didn't even paint them. You can double dip. I do want to paint it. It does look fun. Bring it. I mean, again, if nothing else, we can always just ship it back to you. We are almost out of this. I have another pot of it though, so we are fine.
Of the lead belchy?
Yeah. Usually that's my go-to kind of dark silver.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I don't have much stuff I want to be silver. I'm trying to keep this guy pretty red gold. Pretty darn red gold.
Pretty darn red gold, baby.
Red gold, baby. Okay, this little spiky spike down here. So that's pretty much that. There's some touch up I have to do, like I touched the red up here with the gold. So I'm going to redo that, but I was waiting to redo it because I am going to add red to the weapons here. So I'm going to retouch this. And that's why I hate base coating.
I love base coating.
So much of this, and then retouching, and then boom, and then retouching. And
the thing I love about base coating, and maybe this is my I think it's because I'm new. you see the most happen when you base coat. Like this started off white an hour ago, and I go, oh, there's all this color now. So it just feels like so much is happening.
Yeah, that's totally valid.
I imagine that will shift when I start getting some skills and things like highlighting and all that aren't as like intimidating.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, no, that's where stuff really happens. But I'm like, man, like you can see your kind of progress so well. I mean, it's just such a big difference because it went from completely unpainted to somewhat painted.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It is. I think that's a totally a fair feeling.
Yeah, I think that's my noobness.
No, not necessarily. Not everyone hates it. I know people. I've heard people talk about how they really love base coating. They don't really like anything else. It's just my personal viewpoints towards it. I don't know. I have always found it very just tedious and.
Well, I'm the opposite.
But that's cool. I like that you're different.
Maybe we'll become a painting team eventually, and I'll base coat stuff, and you just do all the highlighting. I'm just like, barf, pass.
Barf. Barf, follow me.
I don't actually hate it, but it just seems like, I'm like, oh man, I just feel like I'm bad at it. And it's like unfamiliar. Like, I get the concept of making something blue. Oh, okay. I can make that. Yeah, sure. I'll make it blue. You know? It's like when you get stuff, you're like, well, now you got to highlight the blue and do this and think of where the sun would be. And I'm like, what?
Such a crappy job here.
With that said, though, that stuff is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
It's just unfamiliar. I'm pretty happy with those pants. They almost look like skin if his skin wasn't blue.
Yeah, they're dark enough where they don't, though.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so
I'm
cool.
actually really happy with the color on that. That's really cool. Good call on getting some of that round oxide in there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do like black boots with some maybe red or gold trim or something. And I want the trim to somehow tie into something else on his...
Gosh. Just
something.
failing at this. I don't know why.
You'll make the skull thing in
I am not good
his
at
little
detail
sash.
painting today. I am at the struggle busting today.
Just don't have the fine touch.
Nah,
I feel like
yeah,
today I
just-
have a better fine touch than usual, so maybe I took some of your power, some of your strength.
Yeah, and I'm doing kind of precise stuff right here, but yeah, I'm just like, ugh, I'm just like touching everything. I'm just like,
Basically, right now, and I'm not upset about this, this looks like the Smurf from your worst nightmares.
pretty, yeah, the most ripped
Like
Smurf.
super Smurf. You got Papa Smurf,
Papa Smurf getting
Smurfette,
hit in the gym.
and you got a seriously do not get in his way Smurf. Because he will Smurf you. You understand?
He will Smurf you.
Smurf you right up. But I'm happy with that. I'm excited. I want to figure out some gold business. I might do the trim as gold, and then he's got like this little skull, this little Punisher thing in his little sash. I might make that
Yeah.
the same. With the sash material, I might do like a dark. Maybe I'll do black like the boots, but I don't want it to blend into the boots too much. But I want to make the trimming on like the boots the same as the skull. And then maybe match up to the helmet or something. Something that kind of ties in multiple elements. Maybe his necklace.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So it's fun to kind of have like something of a vision. Something of a vision, baby, baby. This was so fun to build too. These guys came out cool. They're very
these ones
beginner
are very,
friendly.
yeah. I find that I like building much more than I
When you thought?
expected to. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna hate it, and I did hate it in the beginning. But now I'm like, there are times where I get like, man, I just want to build something. Like I don't even want to.
I don't even care if it gets painted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Oops.
Yeah, I talk to people, Mikey. Why?
Yeah, Nick's doing some rad stuff over there. Well, Slivers and David Phillips are having it out about Nintendo
Okay.
and stuff. And Sliver's trying to break these conspiracy theories. But don't you find, David Phillips, every time someone tries to break through your conspiracy, that it just confirms the conspiracy even more? Well, I'm talking about Nintendo and purposefully having a small stock to drive hype.
Oh, yeah.
Whether or not there is those things going on, Sliver says there's not. Nintendo ain't mad about it when everything is sold out. I can promise you that.
Yeah. I'm sure they ain't mad.
Sliver says, we're not arguing. I conceded tinfoil hats and all. But quietly, he called the men in black to go pick up David Phillips. David Phillips, I'll get on the road right now if you catch my drift. Wink. And hey, for everyone who's out there listening, he's heading to Reno. To Reno. Wink. You're fine, David Phillips. He's at the casino in Reno. Never going to find him. David Phillips always working for the man. He ain't getting through my hat. Mine is ceramic lined with foil. Double. I'd say make it a lead hat, but then that probably seems like that's going to create problems later. So don't do that. But ain't nothing getting through lead. Superman can't see your brain if you wear that. That's a fact, Jack. Can't see through that lead. Probably Steelheart can't see through lead either. He makes steel, but probably can't see through it.
Yeah, makes sense.
They're up in the complex right now. I don't trust this Megan person one lick. I'm going to say it. On record, Nick. On record. She's an epic. Called it.
Stamp.
Called it! Ooh!
What's happening right now?
They're in, so spoilers, I guess, for people that are reading the Reckoners or whatever, but they're in some, like, power facility. They're going to, like, try to basically knock out power of New Chicago to create chaos and make it be like, there's a new epic in town coming to mess you up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, dude.
Dave Phil says, light creates feedback with the foil. Tricky. But maybe if you put the foil outside, then it'll boost the signal of the foil, and the aliens will come find you. Yeah, it'd be like reverse. Like, it doesn't keeps the government out, keeps the aliens in.
Government out, aliens in.
Ooh, Silver says, don't make me pull out my propeller hat, put it on and trump your tinfoil. And yes, I honestly have one. You have a quick escape too. You just gotta go with one of these. Then you fly away.
Alright, I'm gonna paint this hair black and then I'm done with the base coat.
I did not get as far in my base coat, but I built a heck of a lot.
I only built 2 things. Yeah, you built way more than I did.
Built 5, bro. I'm excited by this. I think it's gonna be cool. Actually, you know what I realized? I need to get under this helmet a little bit more with my blues. Just a hair.
This guy's got a pretty sweet side pony.
The hair game on the Khorne is good, man. They've got it going on.
They got that style.
They're not messing around. David says, Bigfoot wiped out the aliens in the 70s. Grow up. Now you're just getting ridiculous.
Just being silly.
Sliver says, for now I concede to tinfoil hats because I'm too lazy to get put on my propeller hat.
That's fair.
That's probably a propeller hat in life. It gets too easy. You just become lazy. You just don't want to work for it anymore, you know?
Yeah,
You're used to having your propeller fly around and get you whatever you need. You know?
Alright. Do 1 or 2 touch-ups with the skin, then we go.
Cool. My friends, it is 11 o'clock. We are 13 seconds away from that time. Thank you so much for joining us for another paint stream. We really appreciate it. If you're liking what we're doing, tell GenCon.
Yeah.
Tweet at them and stuff. Definitely feel free to reach out and tell them things you'd love to see us paint. Tell your friends, if you're all hanging out or whatever, have everyone pop on every device you own and come join us, Come join us. We'll be live on Monday again with GenCon playing some board games. And then next Wednesday we'll be continuing these, folks. I'll finish my base coat. Nick will probably jump right into highlighting and all that, and I'll get into some highlighting as well.
Yeah.
See if I can make the Smurf shine, dude. But so far so good. The things I want to do, I have been achieving.
Yeah.
Whether or not those are good things to do, I don't know.
No, there's no.
I don't really
things.
care.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a blue frosty dude with these kind of red-brown pants, and I have done those two things.
That's
and I'm
accurate.
very happy with that.
That is accurate.
So I'm gonna call that a win for this week. Word of advice for everyone, Nick.
Don't put your arm in paint.
Don't put your arm in
I do
paint.
it all the time.
And that is the parting words of wisdom from the Brothers Murph. Thank you for joining Minis with the Murphs.
Indeed, everybody.
And we will see you all at Dice Tower West. If you're there, we'll be on the road very shortly. And if you're not there, we'll see you in the stream back again on Monday.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Love you all, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for your words of wisdom. Don't put your arm in paint, folks. Don't do that.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.